What is up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Wolf Era, aka iManga of the iManga Club, and today I'm bringing you week 2 of my tree model of plot development series. And if you haven't seen the other videos yet, definitely check it out. But basically, I will be telling you guys how to create your own story, no matter what your subject is. Now, this video is going to be rather short because this week's theme is pretty simple to understand, and basically, what you're doing is you're going to be reading more, you're going to be watching more shows, and you're basically just going to be increasing the amount of knowledge you have and database of things you have read and completed. And this will really help you as a writer because it's going to give you a better sense of how other writers are doing it. You're really going to want to make sure when you start choosing your shows that they're from different mediums and not just making it what you make. Like, for example, if you're doing horror stories, don't just read horror stories. You're going to read other stuff besides that because you might want to incorporate those elements, you know. And secondly, you want to see if you can get into the writer's mind while you're watching or reading that book, you know, because let's say, for instance, you're like me and you're on your Game of Thrones spree trying to catch back up so you can get back to that season. You know, you're not going to just watch it as a fan. You're also going to watch it as a critiquer. You know, you're going to see, like, why did he make this choice to kill this person right now? And a lot of it can just be like random, but you're going to try to put logic behind it. Okay? And I feel like these are good because if you're like me, your story that you thought of might already exist. There might have been someone who already made your story and not only made it, but made it better than the idea you have right now. And that's always worst case scenario. Like, it's all fine to borrow from the past, but if you're going to do that, you want to make sure you're making the story at least better than what already exists. And this will really help you to kind of judge where you stand. Now, if you watched my last video, you know that Goosebumps, Twisted Metal, and One Piece were very influential to me as a child, and they still are. And if I would have just chose manga or read manga, since that's what I want to make, then Twisted Metal and Goosebumps would have automatically been out of the case. And again, these have really influenced me and really gave me something that I want to talk about. So this is what I mean by diversifying your mediums. I know a lot of people find it really hard to get into new series or find the one that they want. But here are just a couple of examples that you can use to help get you started. But there's so many other ones, and it's really so easy to find new series. But let's take the first one, for example, the best Blink ever. An example would be the best manga ever, but that could have easily been the best TV series ever, the best movie ever. You know, you can fill in that blank however you want. And obviously, this might even give you a list of 20 things or a countdown from 20 of the 20 best whatever evers. And you can just start adding them to your watch later list and really just have a collection of things that you can keep on reading. Next, we have blanks that are similar to, and the example is shows that are similar to Tokyo Ghoul, because I just finished that series and I really liked it. It was dark, it was creepy, all this stuff that I'm into. So perhaps if you have a specific show or a specific novel that you really just enjoy, maybe you like Hunger Games, you can put books that are similar to Hunger Games, you know, like it really is for getting those specific details unlike the first. And finally, we have blank that has or have the best blank. And an example of this will be books that have or has the best plot twist ever. And this is definitely for my writers because you can really make it specific to what you need to increase on. Like, maybe you need to learn how to do a better climax or how to make better characters or develop them more. Then you can put maybe a movie that has the best character development ever. You know, like, you can type in that stuff and it will give you a list of something that you most likely haven't seen before. Now, I'm never like forcing anyone to do anything a certain way, but I always like writing my stuff out because it just makes it all the more powerful. And for this type of stuff, I like using a tree diagram. Like, take for example how I got into anime. The first anime I ever watched was Spirited Away, and I didn't even know what anime slash manga was at the time. It was just this brand new field that I never seen before. But when I searched the movie up because I was interested in it, I was like, what is this genre called? And it told me anime. And I quickly found out about Naruto and One Piece, the other classics, the other basics of my field. So instantly I had two more series. And for those of you who are into it, these series last literally forever, especially Naruto with all its filler. Like, it took me so long to finally get caught up with everyone else. And it definitely taught me some things and new fields, and it got me into the field. But after it, I did end up finishing them. And I again wanted to find out more. And I could easily show more anime, but I want to show how you can use this model to get to other mediums, like I said. So let's take One Piece for example. One Piece is about pirates trying to find the ultimate treasure and becoming the pirate king. Now, perhaps what you really like about One Piece is the pirates aspect. And if that's the case, then there was an American movie recently made under the name of Captain Phillips that might be worthwhile to watch because it's all about real life pirates. Like, not as much fantasy, but like the real life raw things that actually happen.
Hey! Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now. You like a boy?
So perhaps Captain Phillips is the way to go. Or maybe you really like the treasure aspect of One Piece, like the traveling to finally get this ultimate treasure. And that's like where Treasure Island could come in. And you can easily do a search for both. And this is what it popped up. Like, I literally did a search for like pirate movies, and that's what I got. Now, going to Naruto, maybe the best thing about Naruto for you is the brothers in it, the Itachi Sasuke relationship. A lot of people love that relationship. And if that's the case, then Code Geass will easily pop up to you. But maybe you're more of a gamer. Like, maybe you just watch anime every now and again, but you really like games. But then you would also, if you typed in Best Ninja Games, you would get Dead or Alive. And you can easily see how you can get not only more shows, but things of different mediums besides just your base stat. And this could build up and build up and build up. And I try to make it a rule to have at least two things for each show. Like, once I finish a show, I try to attach two things to it. So I'm constantly increasing the amount of stuff that I watch. So here you see I have Naruto and One Piece, then you have these two on this and these two on that. And that's basically about it, guys. Like I said, it's really easy to understand. And I believe this is actually going to probably take you the longest because it never actually ends. Like, this phase never actually ends. And that's a wrap, guys. That's all I got for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, because I'm actually taking a break from this series until I at least hit 30 subscribers. So once I hit 30, I'll bring you week 4 of this video. But until then, that should give you more than enough time to research videos. So you have no excuse for not having a good database by the time you get back. Again, thanks for watching all the way through. So if you could hit the like button and maybe even drop a comment of what you want me to see next, what you want me to do next, that would be great. Because again, I'm dropping the series for a bit, but that's all, guys. I'll see you next week. I'm out.